All right, we're back. Nadeshot joining Fwiz and I for some more Advanced Warfare talk. And now we're going to game modes. We talked a little bit about the EXO, the new movement it's going to bring, some of the different EXO abilities. But now, Matt, I want to ask you, they talked about the maps from the game modes from Black Ops 2 that we used in competitive. They're making the return with Hardpoint and CTF. Now we're going to see the new game Uplink, and we also saw a little hint at Momentum, which is supposed to be like War from World at War. First off, what game mode are you most excited to see back so that we can put it into the competitive rotation?
I'm definitely excited to see Hardpoint and Capture the Flag. I think those two itself need to be in their own class just because it's like the basis of competitive Call of Duty. Capture the Flag is that cornerstone game type that has been around for ages. And then you have Hardpoint, which just goes to show you that you need to be a very strategic and quick-minded player, and it really shows off who has those sort of abilities to rotate, really come out with the timings of the spawns and where everybody's going to be at on the map. And it just requires more map awareness in general. So Hardpoint, I think, for competitive, Capture the Flag for fun. And obviously it's going to be competitive, but I just love, trying to get to the other team's base and bringing that flag back.
Now, I asked Fwiz this kind of question, or we just kind of brought it up during our conversation, but do you think we could have 5 different game modes in a best of 5? Is that something you would like, or would you prefer to keep it down to just 3?
I'm interested to hear this.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. I'm
5 different game modes? Yeah. I think I really, right now, in my opinion, I love, like, the Hardpoint, 2 Hardpoints, 2 Search and Destroys, and a Capture the Flag, just like we did in Black Ops 2.
Okay.
I didn't play much at World at War, so I don't really know how Momentum's going to play out or how War played out.
Yeah, I think Momentum is going to be more of kind of a pub game for us.
Yeah, oh, for sure. But I definitely think right now, they did bring back round-based domination, but I don't know if we're going to be able to go back to playing domination if we have such a quick game type like Hardpoint.
As a caster, I am ready to get rid of Dom. It is too hard to follow 3 objectives at once, especially for a new esports audience.
Oh, and you miss an 8-shot 3-piece and shit. And
missing aces.
It only happened 7 times.
Yeah, I think
guys.
5 game modes is weird too, because then it, like, honestly, like, depending on how they get sorted out, you could only have to be really good at 3 of the game modes and not be good at, like, your game 4, game 5 game modes. Like, it just gets too weird, So you find a little bit more balance in just 3 game modes. But I wouldn't be so quick to say CT. Like, I think Hardpoint, pending it's not, really, really different, or it's not as well liked as it was in Black Ops 2, is locked in. S&D is locked in. But, like, Uplink was a pretty cool game. Like, there's a lot of different game modes to figure out, what another game mode would be. I feel like a lot of the players are going to have to test it out.
Matt,
like, Uplink was... did you play Uplink when you got to go, Matt? That was with the ball, where you throw the ball to the other teammates and then throw it into the goal.
No, I didn't play that at all.
That mode is I don't know if it's maybe not esports, but it's super fun. That's I think it's called Uplink, right?
And we saw Blitz. Yeah, Uplink is the right name for that. We also saw kind of Blitz on a screenshot that people were posting. Comparing to CTF, you definitely take CTF over Blitz, Matt?
Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to play devil's advocate here, because Blitz is a horrible game type to play. It's the most stressful thing in the world, especially in like a really important series at a tournament. But I definitely think that Blitz, even though a lot of people disliked it at first, there have been some really game-changing moments where you're like, oh, snap, I can't believe he actually snuck by them, or I can't believe he just picked up that 3-piece in the base and ended up getting the cap. Like, those moments you can't really replicate and Capture the Flag.
Right.
But I definitely think as a player, I think Capture the Flag is better to play and more entertaining and more strategic. But as a spectator, I think Blitz can be fun to watch, definitely at multiple times. But Capture the Flag, in my opinion, is what we should be playing. I don't even know if Blitz should make a return at all.
Well, I'm going to be pushing, honestly, from day one, just kind of like when we came into Black Ops 2 and we opened the book and we're just like, all right, let's bring in score streaks and not ban everything right away. I'm going to want to see as much gameplay on as many different game modes as possible in those first 2 weeks before we start making any decisions.
No, I agree. I think, like, it's really important that Call of Duty, like, does not, like, alienate itself from its own community, and when when you ban out everything, there is no way that somebody that plays Call of Duty casually that would be entertained by watching players significantly better than them when they can't comprehend because you've banned out everything. So I think the only time we ever did it right in Call of Duty was Black Ops 2. I feel like we even got too ban heavy on this game as well. So I would love to see it opened up more, and hopefully, the game allows for that.
Really quickly, since we're kind of just like in the public light right now, I just want to clarify, as a player who's been playing Call of Duty for 7 years, in no way, shape, or form should Search and Destroy ever be taken out of the lineup.
Amen.
Best of 5.
Amen.
If Search and Destroy is in at least 2 game types in a best of 5, competitive Call of Duty will be extremely boring. For Modern Warfare 3 and Ghosts, in Modern Warfare 3, I tried to tell them that we should just switch over to all Search and Destroy because at the time it was just very boring to watch. I will not let it happen. Search and Destroy is not leaving competitive Call of Duty. It's one of the most entertaining. Well, dude, I sound so biased because I've had a really good season.
Yeah, you're a really good Search player, Matt.
I saw somebody tweet out that they think we should have 2 hardpoint and 2 capture the flag. You're crazy. Like, capture the flag is that third game type that's fun to have in there and gives you a change of pace. Yeah. But that should not be 2 game types in a best of 5. That'd be extremely
honestly, as a caster, I think CTF is kind of near the bottom of game modes for me, just based on flag stalemates and the ability to tie. I really enjoy the objective game modes where there's no possibility of tying or replaying a map. So Uplink, I'm definitely excited to see if this can be used. What is this new game mode like? It sounds like it's attacking each other's base, but there's also the objective, which can swing in either direction really quickly. So Uplink's going to be exciting to watch. Let's talk a little bit about the new eSports things they talked at the very end. Of course, Hardpoint, Capture the Flag announced that they're coming back. Round-based domination, which we all appreciate, but domination probably low on our game mode list on day one. New broadcaster mode and ranked playlist LAN lobbies. LAN lobbies, a must for us to be able to continue running competitions. We had such trouble with Ghost and LAN at the very first event in Columbus, I remember, and then of course, they created a few fixes that just were never perfect for us. But what do you guys think of the rank playlist? Are you hoping for League play? Are you hoping for something new, something more
Halo,
like League of Legends?
I don't know. I mean, I guess my initial thought was like Halo playlists, like to like a level 55 or something, or 50. Was it 50? 55?
It was 50. What's 50. Up, man?
Yeah. Sorry, man. I don't care, bro. Back up all these nuts, you Halo kid. Yeah, but that's how I envision the playlist, right? Like ranked in social, and you've got that in each category.
See, I think any sort of ranking system, I've just always been obsessed, like I said, since Halo 2, with just that number, that symbol, that icon that says, like, you are this good at this game. Obviously, there were a lot of complaints that League play didn't really line you up in skilled playlists. Like, you weren't playing the best of the best, even if you won every single League match.
Everyone's a master.
I don't think that's a vital part of a ranked playlist. For me, like I said, as a person who's just trying to grow competitive Call of Duty, League play started as a playlist that nobody was in. And now, in my opinion, I think it's like a top 5 playlist on Black Ops 2 to this day. I think that just that ranking system is something that will drive players to want to compete, want to watch events, want to see what the best of the best is actually like. So I think a ranked playlist is like the most fundamental part of a first-person shooter or any type of shooter to make it playable, to make it enjoyable, and to keep the lifespan of the game going.
I agree. Yeah, I'm with all that. I hope that's kind of what it is. I mean, I guess I just kind of assumed, I didn't even really think about it, that that's kind of how it would be. I'm okay that it's not exactly structured like League play. I felt like League play was a really good first start. I don't think it was the end-all be-all on how ranked and ranking competitive play should be, but I think this will be cool to see how they do it. It'll probably be a lot from Treyarch's going to watch and see how Sledge does it, and who knows how they'll adopt that into their next game. But I dig it. I'm glad they listen, and just stuff like that shows that they are keeping an ear to the community. And I actually want to give Michael Conry a shout out for that, because like he's on Reddit and Twitter and stuff, that they're genuinely listening, right? And that goes a lot. That's a huge thing. I don't feel like every single developer that makes video games does that with their community. So shout out to Sledgehammer.
And I also want to give a shout out to Sledgehammer for not being afraid to appreciate what other Call of Duties have done and try and adapt to that and improve on it. So they gave a lot of shout outs to Black Ops 2 and, with the Pick 10 system and now at Pick 13. They don't seem to have like any arrogance or ego about them where they need to make something new. They want to just create the best experience for them.
Man.
And
exactly.
that gets me excited as a competitive player and commentator. Guys, we're going to another 60-second commercial break. When we come back, I want to talk about firing range. How is that going to affect our daily life playing, as well as a few of the last remaining things, especially maps. We'll get the map video loaded up and break down each of the 4 announced today.